The connection between clutter and depression has been explored in various studies, revealing some compelling statistics. We will explore those ideas today and get some tips for tackling this cause of clutter. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I blog and make videos about cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. You can find my free printables to help you get organized in the drop-down menu under the printables category over at dmiddleton.com. Now let's look at those statistics linking depression and clutter. A study by the UCLA Center of Everyday Lives and Families found that women who described their homes as cluttered or full of unfinished projects were more likely to be depressed and experience higher levels of cortisol, a stress hormone. The study suggested that clutter can increase stress and negatively impact mental health. A 2010 study published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that individuals who described their homes as cluttered were more likely to report feelings of fatigue and were less satisfied with their lives compared to those who described their homes as restorative and well organized. Research indicates that clutter can contribute to decision fatigue, where the brain becomes overwhelmed by the number of decisions to be made, leading to increased stress and potential depressive symptoms. Hoarding disorder, a more severe form of clutter accumulation, is often associated with major depressive disorder. According to a study published in the Journal of Anxiety Disorders, approximately 50% of people with hoarding disorder also experience depression. A study conducted by the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals found that 54% of respondents felt overwhelmed by the amount of clutter in their homes. And of those, 78% were uncertain where to start decluttering, which often exacerbates feelings of anxiety and depression. These statistics underline the significant impact that clutter can have on our mental health, particularly in relation to stress, life satisfaction, and the risk of developing depressive symptoms. So that begs the question, does clutter cause depression? Clutter itself may not directly cause depression, but it can contribute significantly to the feelings of stress, anxiety, and overwhelm that are often associated with depression. Living in a cluttered environment can lead to sensory overload, where the constant visual reminders of disorganization and unfinished tasks create a sense of chaos. This can increase stress levels, reduce productivity, and create a cycle of negative emotions. Over time, this stress can contribute to development or worsening of depressive symptoms, particularly in individuals who are already vulnerable to mental health challenges. Moreover, the relationship between clutter and depression can be influenced by individual perceptions and coping mechanisms. For some, a cluttered space can evoke feelings of shame, guilt, or frustration, especially if they feel unable to manage or control the clutter. These emotions can deepen feelings of helplessness and hopelessness, which are the core components of depression. So that begs another question. Does depression cause a person to have more clutter? Yes, depression can lead to an increase in clutter. Depression often zaps a person's energy and motivation, making it difficult to engage in routine tasks like cleaning, organizing, or decluttering. When someone is depressed, even small tasks can feel overwhelming, leading them to avoid tidying up or addressing household disorganization. This avoidance can result in clutter accumulating over time. Depression can also impair cognitive functions such as decision-making, which makes it harder for individuals to decide what to keep, discard, or organize. As the clutter builds, the task of decluttering can become even more dreadful, leading to a cycle where the clutter exacerbates depressive symptoms, and the depression in turn prevents the individual from addressing the clutter. In summary, while clutter may not directly cause depression, It can contribute to the emotional burden that leads to or worsens depressions. Conversely, depression can make it difficult for a person to manage their environment, leading to more clutter and creating this feedback loop between clutter and depression. So if someone has depression or has a cluttered home, how would you help them? Helping someone with depression who also has a cluttered home requires a compassionate, supportive, and non-judgmental approach. First, we want to start with empathy and understanding. Listen without judgment. Understand that clutter may be both a symptom and a cause of their depression. Approach the situation with empathy, recognizing that their energy, motivation, and decision-making abilities might be compromised. Acknowledge their feelings. Validate their emotions and let them know that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Reassure them that you're there to help and not to criticize. Next, set small, manageable goals. Break down those tasks. Large decluttering projects can be overwhelming for anyone, especially for someone with depression. So you should start with small, achievable tasks like clearing a single surface or organizing one drawer. You could also try prioritizing areas. Focus on the areas that will have the most immediate positive impact on their well-being, such as the bedroom for better sleep or the kitchen for easier meal prep. Work together. Offer to help. If possible, work alongside them to tackle the clutter. This can make the process less intimidating and provide them with that much-needed support. Be patient. Understand that the progress may be slow, and encourage them to take breaks and remind them that every step forward is a success. Try the time capsule method. For indecisive items, so those that you're unsure about whether to keep, you suggest boxing it up and labeling it with a date. If they don't think about it within 6 months or a year, it's a sign that they can likely let it go. Try creating a maybe box. This can help reduce the pressure of making immediate decisions, which can be particularly helpful for someone with depression. And then create a maintenance routine. To do this, you want to develop simple habits. Encourage small daily habits or even weekly habits to maintain the progress, such as spending just 10 minutes a day tidying up. The routine should be realistic and not add additional stress. And finally, celebrate successes. Recognize and celebrate their achievements, no matter how small. Positive reinforcement can be motivating. And then consider professional help. Professionals like therapists or counselors. Encourage them to seek support from a mental health professional who can address the underlying depression. And you can also seek the help of a professional organizer. In some cases, working with a professional organizer who understands the challenges of depression can provide the expertise and support needed to tackle those more significant clutter issues, such as hoarding. And also encourage self-care, support their well-being, remind them to take care of themselves throughout the process. Encourage them to rest, eat well, and engage in activities they enjoy to help manage their depression. Focus on mental health first. Sometimes it's essential to address the depression before the clutter. Encourage them to prioritize their mental health, knowing that the clutter can be dealt with in time. Also, be mindful of triggers. Avoid overwhelm. Watch for signs that they're becoming overwhelmed as you're decluttering. If they are, it may be time to take a break or shift the focus to something less stressful. And also respect their pace. Let them set the pace, even if it's slower than you might expect. The goal is to support their mental health and not rush the process. By providing a supportive and patient approach, you can help someone with depression gradually regain control of their living space, which in turn can positively impact their mental well-being. If you need to do more deep cleaning, I have checklists and guides to help you with that over at dmiddleton.com or at the link below. I have a housekeeping ebook entitled Makeover Your Homemaking. If housekeeping is an area that you struggle with, this ebook will guide you in creating your own housekeeping schedule. I try to cover everything from balancing your bank balance to cleaning your kitchen. I will link that information for you in this video description. If you are looking to get more organized, I can help with that too. I blog and make videos about cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. And if you struggle to get organized, there's likely a good reason why. In fact, I explore 11 reasons why people fail to get organized over on my blog, dmiddleton.com. If one of these 11 reasons sound familiar to you, I will give you some tips to overcome that obstacle and finally get organized. I will link this information below. You can get my free printables to help you get organized in the drop-down menu under the printables category over on my blog, dmiddleton.com. If you are drowning in clutter, let me help inspire you. Clutter doesn't have to ruin your space. We're going to banish it. I do a year-long thorough declutter series over on the blog. In this series, we declutter 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And if that is something you need to do, join me at the link in this video description. You will receive a daily task through a weekly email. By the time you complete the series, you will have decluttered every room and space in your home. I have declutter lists for each room over at dmiddleton.com. I want to inspire you to create a home for everything and make your housework more manageable and less time-consuming. Once the clutter is gone, you'll spend far less time cleaning house. So don't keep things around that take up your valuable space and time. Declutter it. Check out the links below to get started. Thanks for watching.